Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is T, and this is PNT TV Reacts. I am doing Gentleman Jack episode 6, and this is part 2.
From again, Eugenie. Oh, is it Dieppe?
Rouen.
I love watching like all the compilation videos, but I try to stay away from anything that has to do with AL and AW
Howdy, mate.
love story. Wait, what?
Mr. Mackenzie?
Mr. Booth?
Eugenie is such a bitch. Seriously? After this man said he would actually marry you with someone, you be pregnant with someone else's child, that's the best you can do? Seriously?
What? The wind?
Oh, listen.
I'm listening.
Must have heard that, surely.
I'm turning my head like it's supposed to hear something. Okay, she definitely hearing things.
They're talking about you.
Oh, what are they saying about me?
It's like, like everybody talks about me, so what's new?
You're going to die.
Yes, at some
Well,
point.
yes, eventually.
You'll both burn in hell for all eternity.
Excuse me, hon.
Everlasting torment in hellfire. You must have heard that. Surely you heard that.
No.
You see voices. How many can you hear?
3. Shh.
At least she's trying to find out from her exactly what's going on.
And do you
You
recognise the
pay
voices?
too much attention
shh.
to it.
Are they always the same voices?
They're disgusting. They're so disgusting. They're so cruel.
Is it her own fears and thoughts manifesting in oh my god.
Where are they?
In the clock.
There's no one here, Anne.
They're spirits. You can't see them.
What spirits?
Is she all right? I was in my room next door and she heard the voices again.
Slick, Anne. Slick. Nice save. You in the room next door. Notice her undergarments have no goddamn frills and whatnot and whatnot. Okay, she's really going through it now. She's praying. What is the Bible? Oh, I like this girl. I mean, her friend. What is it? I know she's Rawson, but what Rawson?
Has anyone written to Anne's sister?
I don't know.
I mean, isn't that her only, like, immediate
But someone
relative?
should. She isn't in her right mind.
You think?
You're doing all you can. You're being very strong, and it's exactly what she needs. And second, I took her to see a Dr. Belcom in York a number of weeks ago. He specialises in exactly this sort of thing. I might take her over there again. The thing is, and I will of course get her sister's consent this time, but I would consider it a great favour if you didn't tell anyone else.
Yeah, because they will lock her up pronto. Like, faster than they could say,
Have her put
spend that
away.
money.
And she can get over this. With the right sort of help, she may be able to make a full recovery. And no one else need know any different.
Oh, she's so trying to help her. Even though she, put her through hell last week.
I've heard the worst things said about you, Miss Lister.
Yes.
And I want to apologise for ever having listened to them.
Okay.
I've never seen such kind, affectionate, selfless display of friendship as I saw last night. And I feel ashamed for ever having doubted
Oh my
you,
god, you're gonna make me cry.
or thought you had any motive other than goodness.
This is such a big validation, that of the love that she feels for Ann Walker. What's this?
You've not heard any more from your sister since last week. She wrote to me
Excuse
because
me.
she was mindful
It's
of your
not,
delicate health. Since your confinement,
Elizabeth,
and didn't want to upset you
Aunt sister?
unjudiciously. I don't wish to alarm you or Mrs. Sutherland, but it is my belief that the
Oh,
advice
shit,
of an
Sutherland.
experienced and clever medical man is necessary, and that no time should be lost.
She proposes to take her to a man in York, a man she's seen before, but I don't know. I wonder whether we shouldn't persuade her to come up here, where
No.
we can look after her.
She's very fond of Miss Lister, and she's been very good.
But Miss Lister isn't family, is she? And we have medical men in Edinburgh more than equal to anyone in York. Now, you're not fit to travel, and with Sackville still in the measles, he needs you here. But I could go fetch her. I could take my mother.
That's if he really going to let a doctor see about her, and I hope it's not putting her in a mental institution.
I could teach little ones how to read and write.
You can teach me. So when I'm signing tenancy, I'm not just putting across.
Well, I thought you were proposing to me.
Oh, already? How much time passed since then?
What do you think?
Well, I think, if you're serious, you'd have to speak to my father.
Mr. Washington's been looking for you. He says they're demolishing all the sheds and putting up the access road.
The access road's on my land.
Our land.
Calm down, calm to effect now.
They've
You
got
get
no
no
right to
vote
touch
when
them.
you like Abbott. When you dump
Road.
Abbott, you'll get back a vote.
Mr. Abbott and his mother.
What's Hinchcliffe doing here?
It's in the terms of his arrangement with the Rawsons, deemed the beds to be exhausted. He, Hinchcliffe, is obliged to fill in the pit, make it safe, and then demolish the outbuilding so they can sell off the stone.
That road is on Shibden land. That's my stone. The pit might be on Rawson's land, but the access road is my land. I may want it. I certainly want the value of my stone.
This is the only access he's
I don't care.
Financially, it's a bad day for him.
I can't help that. Business is business.
Yes, but I'm just saying that's why he might be rather less than civil to you.
Hinchcliffe!
She don't give
So
a
you're going to
shit.
leave that road alone. That's my land. I don't care what your arrangement is with anyone who pulls up another single one of those stones will have the inconvenience of a trip to Wakefield jail.
They done walk one time. Oh, here we go. This will be so much fun. You just piss off at this point
Get a
in
court
time.
order to stop them pulling up and selling any stone belonging to Shibden land. Of course we can, that's not a problem. But there's rather more to it.
What?
Found out that Hinchcliffe was his rival, so he's lashing out at Hinchcliffe. And he's just come back to me this morning with a much lower offer. And for some reason, he no longer seems to fear that you'll sink your own pit. The case?
So he think the beating really worked? He have no idea what was going on between Ann Walker and Ann Lister.
That isn't an option anymore, but not for the reason I don't have to sign this agreement with him.
No, I don't think you should. But then he'll continue to steal your coal anyway. If you can't get down there to keep an eye on him yourself. Of course, you could sell to someone else, but then what's stolen is gone.
So she be between a rock and a hard place.
Try not to take this too personally. You're not the first person he swindled, and you won't be the last.
That's fuel to her fire.
This too big.
It has to be up there on the hill to prove the trespass.
And Miss Walker definitely isn't.
Yep. Right now,
The kingdom come.
Anne in a mess. She having an episode, and this whole night she going at this.
But since we forgive those who trespass against us.
So by morning she is completely exhausted.
I've got to go.
Will you come back?
Yes, of course.
Until I leave,
How I long to be creditably free from all this madness.
she wanted
And yet,
to leave
I
her.
don't know how it is. Whenever I see the girl, she always manages to unhinge me.
Oh.
My dear Miss Lister, the soonest I find I can travel south is a fortnight on Friday, when my mother and I shall collect Miss Walker, when we will endeavour to find the best medical man Edinburgh has to offer.
I think it's a good idea. A change of air, a change of scenery. And Elizabeth will be so happy to have you there again after
You're trying to
all this.
convince her to go?
The medical establishment in Edinburgh is very good. Your sister's right. And Catherine's right too.
You were going to take me to see Dr. Belcom again in York. I thought that was why you'd written to her for permission to take me.
Obviously they think this is a better idea.
You'll still go to Europe come spring.
Yes.
I can't imagine that I would get away until May at the earliest, but yes, that is still my intention.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
With whom?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. She wants to know who she going with.
I'd go alone.
Will you stay tonight?
She want one last night.
Catherine, Miss Rawson, would you mind if I had a few moments alone with Miss Walker?
No, of course.
Does she think that, maybe she have a little... Oh, she asked if she lost her.
You needn't have.
Yeah, all you needed to do was to stay with her. Seriously, girl.
If I go to Scotland, I'll never see you again.
That's not necessarily the case.
Does she want to propose right now?
I bought a ring.
I
I know
know
you told me
that.
not to send for it, but I already had, so really it's rather splendid. I'd be loath to send it back.
Oh, she get on her knee. Just not
You
the
take the
time,
sacrament
Anne,
with
but
me and live with me at Shibden and mean it.
she's not gonna say yes.
Not just
She's not gonna
say
say
it
yes.
because
She's
you're
not
scared to
gonna
be
say
alone
yes.
tonight, and
Because
because
she's
it's
not in
expedient,
the
and then
She's not in the
say
right
something else in the
mind.
morning.
Oh my God. Seriously? Her mind just wouldn't let her do it. Oh my God. Anne is totally looking defeated there. I mean, totally defeated.
My dearest Mary, I shall go to London for 2 weeks before I cross the water. If you were able to join me there in London, I would count it as a great blessing to see you. You asked me if I'm traveling with my little friend, which I am not.
She couldn't be happier because then she could get her all to herself again. But I do not like her. I didn't like her in the movie, the original movie, and I don't like her now.
No, I feel perfectly well, thank you, Aunt.
Put bonnet up on her ass.
I've not heard anything from Mr. Abbott for nearly 3 weeks. He did mention, as he left, that he'd visited twice, and both times Miss Lister had failed to appear.
It's you he's interested in, not me.
You own the place, as you never tire of reminding everyone.
My guess, Anne calling her again.
My dearest, Captain Sutherland and his mother arrived last night. I write in utter misery. If ever the prayers of so true a friend may avail for another, may yours be heard for me.
How do you do, ma'am? Captain Sutherland.
And see the look on his face when he actually see her.
I would like to thank you, Miss Lister, on behalf of my wife and myself, for your sensitivity and kindness and sound judgment in the matter.
I believe she can make a full recovery, given the right sort of help. She's perfectly herself on all subjects but that of religious despondency.
But we've been recommended a Dr. Hamilton, ma'am, a lady's physician.
Ooh. Really?
What's your itinerary, Captain Sutherland?
We plan to set off first thing in the morning.
Should I go and see you?
I don't want to go.
I know.
Are they together? They're not
Promise
together,
me you'll
or
stay
it's just she love her but she can't marry her, that kind of thing?
I will, I promise.
Uche. Uche. Oh, okay. One last for the road.
What? Nothing. Anne.
What happened to her?
I understand why you can't commit to me. It's impossible, I know. How could anyone? What am I? Every day I rise above it.
Like a boss?
The things people say. I walk into a room or down a street and I see the way people look at me and the things they say. And I rise above it.
We all try to.
Because I've trained myself not to see it and hear it until it's become second nature to me and I forget just how impossible it is for someone else to accept that.
Everybody could do what, when you dress.
You came so close.
Especially in a country like mine when I was growing up. Yeah, she almost had all her dreams. Just somebody to love her. Just for once, for somebody to just love her and her alone. I'm sure she's never been as vulnerable as she was with Anne, ever. And she seems so,
I wanted to give you this.
That is a perfect shot.
I wrote in it, in the back, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all their way.
She really loved her. And I'm glad they get this private moment together, before she leave.
Miss Lister, ma'am, I did wonder if you knew of any love affair on her mind at present.
Yeah, me.
No.
Precocious bitch, she to go in and see about her mental health.
She's never mentioned my nephew, Sir Alexander Mackenzie.
No. Why? Is she looking like a
He
them dog
proposed
poodles?
to her once. She was very civil to him.
Because she's just that's how she is.
He must have mistaken her civility for something else.
He's not a bad man, Alexander, but he is rather inept with money.
Oh my God,
In the
another
past.
gold digger?
And
Another
he
one?
has his mother and his sisters to keep.
So of course, that's all
But
he's looking
who
for.
knows? He might rise to the occasion.
Why they frame this woman to look like, those, the dogs in those cones?
I trust Captain Sutherland would deal decisively with any such fortune hunters.
Yeah, that's not it. But I have a feeling no. Aww. I have to say, Catherine Rawson should have been there from the beginning. Oh my God. You see this slowing down the theme song?
You'll be all right.
Not without her.
Look after yourself.
Will Anne be all right? And I mean Lister. Best theme song. Oh my God. Perfect for her. This better not be the last time that my girls see each other. I mean, it now hit me that she's leaving. But I don't understand why she said if she goes, she will never see her again. Is she afraid that they will put her in a mental institution or something? Or that Anne will find someone else? Look at that devastated face. You mean, seriously? Okay. So that's episode 6. That sucks. I mean, seriously, that episode sucked. I feel like crying. I don't even know how to review that or to talk about it. It was a complete and utter turnaround by Anne Walker, but I think it had to do with, her mental issues manifesting itself so to the front, and of course, they all know that she's very close to Anne Lister. So immediately they called her, and I am so glad that she got rid of that a-hole. I can't even remember her name. But that her friend, Catherine Rawson, and I don't know who's her father, it is Jeremiah Christopher or one of the other Rawsons, but she was more level-headed. She was completely and utterly nicer. That speech that she gave her, after she called her and she spent the night with her and told her that she had heard so many things about her character and whatnot, and that she wanted to apologize to her because she had seen for herself that all she wanted for Anne Walker AW is the very best for her. That all she wanted for her was to get better, to be of sound mind again, and that she was being a very, very good friend because Anne had asked not to tell her family, suppose in fear that they would put her in the madhouse. You know what I mean? And instead to maybe write her sister and tell her what's going on, because she thought that seeing her friend would have been a much better solution. But when the letter went to them, Elizabeth's husband, I don't know if Anne addressed it to him or if he just claimed it was addressed to him, but he insisted that she come there and spend time with them and that she see doctors from where they are instead of from York, because, I suppose they live in Imo City or whatever, and insisted that they do that instead of, who is Anne? Who is this Anne or whatever? So, and then Anne, having been rejected last episode, she completely changed her mind. She said, enough of that. I am going on my travels. I am going to let the Rawsons, rent out the pit, and I'm done. But the Rawsons thinking, or should I say Christopher Rawson, thinking that the beating is one, had her running, insisted that he not pay what because she revised her offer. But Anne's lawyer, L's lawyer, said how he found out that, the person that Anne had gone to first or whatever. So I'm wondering if Anne has, someone who is informing Christopher, or just Christopher has spies, because how the hell did he find out about all of that crap, to undermine Anne? How? Anyway, Anne Walker was just, when she saw Anne again, she was like, forgive me, I love you, sorry for what I said, don't leave me. I want you. I will do anything you ask. So I have no idea with schizophrenia, bipolar. I have no idea. As I said before, I'm not an expert. I have never, I don't know anything about it. Maybe you all in the comments who know a little bit about mental issues like that, or could address it, maybe explain maybe what you think she has. I have no clue. I only am going at third, fourth, fifth party of somebody that is totally uneducated about the subject, except what I read and maybe some things that I hear, because I'm a little bit interested in those things, but not in a sense where I can actually say out in public, what I feel it is and stuff like that. So that's episode 6. Do ladies do that? So we know for sure that Anne Walker has gone to her sister. Hopefully they will take her to someone that can remedy what she's going through and help her. I doubt it very much, but whatever, because Elizabeth, her sister's mother, was already saying that, she wants to marry her off, but whatever. And then Anne Lister, it has decided she hire a manservant. She is ready to ditch everything and go her way. She already spoke to Mary and said she's coming to London for 2 weeks to join her, and then she'll be off to Paris. And she told her aunt, well, from there, whatever. So she is looking to go away for a long time. I don't know what she's going to do with the pets, because she doesn't want to conform to the Rawsons. She can't sing the pit herself because she has no funds to do it. So I don't know right now if that is what's in limbo. So I'll see you all soon for episode 7. After that is episode 8, and that's the finale. So 7 is the penultimate episode of the first season. It has been renewed for season 2. I don't know where that is, because BBC has this reputation of being very slow to bring back, their second series. What they call, we say season, they say series of their shows. All right, so that's it for episode 6. If you have enjoyed my reaction, I ask you all, if you haven't already, to subscribe, which is right below the video, and of course click the notification bell. It's the only way to keep abreast of all my videos, and that's saying a lot, because sometimes YouTube really likes being a bitch. So I post when I am doing my stuff on the community page of my channel. All right, I'll be coming out with the new poll for this week, Monday, because you would definitely not be seeing this on Monday, I think. I don't know, probably Tuesday. But yeah, that's it for me. And remember, check out my Patreon, check out the Discord and all those good stuff, all my social media, say hi. And you can do all of that for free. All that is in the description box below. And also look out for episode 2 of Warrior Nun, because that'll be my next video. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.